What do you got, Paulie?
We have a caller on the line who wants to talk to Bob and you.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go. Put on the headphones and.
All right, let's go.
All right. Hello.
Hey, it's Matt Lauer. I've been on hold for like 20 minutes now. Patrick, you told me I had to be here just in case Costas.
But he showed, Matt.
I'm getting so tired of this, Costas. I can't tell you.
All the blame in this case goes to Patrick. I knew nothing about this, like I know nothing about most things.
He's Matt Lauer from the Today Show, who occasionally fills in for Bob on the Olympic coverage.
And we were discussing, Matt, after you and after Meredith, who was next in line? Was it Willie Geist?
Where was I, Matt? That's what I want to know on that list.
Well, first of all, let's be honest here. Dan, first, I saw Bob one morning in the breakfast room at the hotel, and I've never seen anything quite like that. That was the day before he had to call in. And then, Dan, I saw you one day, and you contracted some mystery bug as well in Sochi. I had no idea you sports guys were so fragile, but you were dropping like flies.
Okay, but Matt, do you realize that was a fake illness because Bob, I didn't get the replacement chair for Bob. Therefore, there had to be a reason that I was telling.
That was a protest?
Yes. No, not a protest, but I had to say, oh, man, I could have, but this cough is so bad. So that's all. I was not sick one day over there in Russia.
Yeah, Bob, how are your eyes, man? How are you doing?
I'm actually
that last day on the set.
Oh, now he cares.
I'm actually okay. They told me the duration would be 2 to 3 weeks, and I said that's the exact duration of the Olympics. It came on day one, and by the time I landed back in New York, it was probably 90% better, and right now I'd say it's 98% better. So,
Matt, when you
Dan, can I say something and be serious for a second? I'm not usually all that serious, but so Bob came on the show. What was it, Bob? The last day? Was it the Friday? I guess it was the last Friday of the game.
Right.
And we were talking, and we were kind of going over Bob's crazy games, and he said something in the interview that bugged me at the time, and I just want to be able to comment on it. Mm-hmm. He said what made him feel worse, he didn't feel bad physically, but he felt bad about the fact that he might not have been pulling his weight there. And Bob, I will tell you that anybody who has worked with you, and I have on a number of occasions, no one has ever accused you of not pulling your weight. So that was ridiculous. It bugged me to hear you say it. Because you're not the kind of guy who shirks your responsibility, so it had to be something extraordinary.
Yeah, and I will pull all 147 pounds anytime you ask me to.
So. All right, Matt, say something nice about me now, okay?
Yeah, you too. Dan, I've never known you not to pull your weight except when you come up with fake illnesses to explain why you didn't get the call.
Did you ever regret at any moment not staying in sports when you first started out?
No, not really. I wasn't in sports very long. I had some friends who kind of were behind ESPN a long time ago. Their dads were. So I got the call one year to do the Stanley Cup, the locker room and in-between period interviews for ESPN. And I just did it really that one time throughout the playoffs and the Stanley Cup. No, I was happy to get the call on the news side. I do miss sports sometimes. I'm still a complete sports addict, and I get to the games whenever I can, and I love watching you guys do it. But I'm kind of happy. I get to do a bit of a hybrid of subjects, and it works out well for me.
I found that there was going to be this competition between Matt and you, Bob. When Matt filled in for you, then it became a competition. Like, were you aware of this? That people were then saying, "Oh, who's better at hosting it?" Like,
it doesn't surprise me,
took
but
on
I
a life
wasn't
of
paying
its
any
own.
attention to
Yeah.
it.
What about you, Matt? Did you?
No, first of all, I'll tell you who's better. He's better. And second of all, no, I think you're talking about social media stuff. And over the last several years, I have run pretty far in the other direction of most of the social media stuff, so I don't pay attention to much of that.
All right, I did have fun with the Today Show group because you guys had good hours over there, and a couple of times in the hotel bar. Which you guys were slumming it.
Careful.
No. We just
let's go back to Bob's eyes.
Let's talk about Bob's eyes.
Because I think the times you're referring to, my eyes looked a lot like Bob's eyes.
All I know is at one point, Billy Bush of Access Hollywood
There's a reference.
Is in about a 30-second embrace with Willie Geist.
Oh, my.
And Billy Bush is telling Willie Geist, we have so much in common.
Does Vladimir Putin know about this?
Vladimir Putin would have stepped in as if it was a Catholic high school dance and said, let's...
First of all, Vladimir Putin knows about everything that happened in our hotel. You should just assume that. and second of all, what always worried me about being in that bar late at night is when I would see Costas come in from primetime duties at 3 a.m, and I was still sitting there. I knew that was my signal to bed.
Matt, thank you. We appreciate you joining us. I know you got a busy day. You got to, I don't even know what you do from now on, right?
It's Friday. He's got the weekend off.
I'm with them. I'm going to pick the kids up from school. But I'm glad to call in. Bob, you're a trooper, and it was good seeing you over there and getting to spend some time with both of you guys.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks
for
Matt.
stepping in.
Thank you, Matt.